So we're not going to have a cooking at deer camp today. It's raining outside and I really don't feel like cooking in the rain on the tailgate. So we're going to cook something inside today. It's not anything that you'd find on the deer camp menu. Fat boy needs to start eating a little healthier. Has been for a while. So what we're going to make tonight is we're going to make a chicken and some type of a vegetable thing. I don't have a name for it. I just made it up as I go along. So we got our chicken breast, skinless, boneless, broccoli, green beans, got our onions, got some mushrooms right here, and we got some spinach. Spinach will go in last. So right now what we're going to do is just going to cut up this onion. If I can do this and keep the camera where it needs to be and not cut my dang self in the process. There we go. Stuff off the cutting board. I've already cut up the mushrooms. I'm going to cut the onion in half because it makes it easier to deal with. I think they call this julienne, but I'm not sure. I didn't go to culinary school. I just make stuff that tastes good. Most of it I made up by the seat of my britches. We're going to take the onion and put it in the same bowl as the mushrooms. We're going to set that aside. That's just mushroom stuff. They did get washed beforehand, trust me. Now we're going to move on to the broccoli. I'll rinse the broccoli off. Same camera. Rinse that one off. The other one, kind of give them a quick rinse. Now that the broccoli's been rinsed off, I'm going to do is cut the ends off, just kind of quarter them up. We're really not going to use that. You can save it for a salad if you want to, which I'm probably going to save it for a salad, but I'm just going to set that up to the side. So all we want are the ends and that piece. Alright, we're going to put the broccoli in with the rest of it. Mix it up a little bit. Now we're going to move on to green beans. And the green beans, I'm just going to snap them and drop them in there. Kind of weed out the bad ones. That way. If they don't want to snap, they get thrown away. Alright, get the chicken. We're just going to slice it. Always remember, when you're done handling any kind of raw meat, to wash your hands. You don't want to get sick. So we're just going to cut these in strips. You don't have to be perfect, but just remember, the thinner they are, the quicker they cook. Cut that little piece of stuff off. Gotta remember not to overfill the pan, because it doesn't like to cook very good when you overfill it. Fill it. Now, wash your hands before you touch anything else. Next, I'm going to bring up the pan to a high heat. Wish I had get a better view for you folks. Let's see. But you want to bring the pan up to a high heat, and we're going to throw in a little olive oil, about a tablespoon's worth. We're going to let that come up to it and get hot. Instead of sitting here instead of boring you with it, I'm going to tell you, this is I think it's a 14-inch wok we picked up at old Wally World for like 20 bucks. And man, it works good. Anyway, we're going to let this get hot and I'll bring you back. That's how I tell, see if the pan's hot enough. And we're hot enough. So we're going to take our vegetables, put them in first. Keep it at a high heat. And take the purple, whatever the heck this thing is, and just kind of keep them moving. Name of the game, keep them moving. Alright, so I like to fold them over every now and then. I like this because it doesn't scratch up my pan, the non-stick surface. Everything got a good coating of olive oil on it. That's good. Now, in the spirit of deer camp, I usually don't recommend this, but since I don't have any fresh garlic and we actually happen to have this stuff, squeeze garlic. I don't care for this stuff, but I put about a tablespoon in there. Yeah, a little more. There you go. Kind of thing moving. Now, about ready to add the chicken. Everything's kind of coming together there. And next we're going to add the chicken. Put that in the sink. Keep everything moving. I'm going to add salt. I like using kosher salt. About that much. Not a lot. Just kind of sprinkle it in there. And then I'm not going to use that little bit, so we're going to throw it in the trash. Keep it moving. Everything's sauteing up nice. Vegetables are getting done. Chicken's getting done. Alright. Next, I like a little bit of ground black pepper. If you can get fresh ground, that'd be best. That's enough. Alright, now we're getting to the point we can add our spinach. That steam coming up out of there. You know you got the heat hot enough when you don't have any water accumulating in the bottom. And you'll be steaming your vegetables and not sauteing them, whatever. I don't know, I'm not a cook. I just know what tastes good and what looks good and how it works. Yeah, chicken's just about done. I'll give it just a few more minutes. The onions just get that little, I don't know if you can see through the steam or not, but they're kind of getting that golden crisp to them. Well, I like my vegetables a little bit on the crispy side. Alright, now we're going to add the spinach. Now, I've already pre-rinsed the spinach and all that just while I was waiting for the pan to heat up. I'll throw the spinach in there. It's crazy, that's a big old pile. They're going to cook down to nothing. Kind of fold it in. Starting to get a little bit of water down there out of the spinach, but at a high heat it'll steam off. And some of these bigger chunks of chicken might need a little bit longer, but should be done by the time the spinach is done. Sorry about that for the stuttering. And I'll let that sit. Let some of that heat move up through there. Now we got a special seasoning that I got for Christmas. They're not a sponsor. I don't know who they are. I don't even know where you get the stuff. But I'm going to show them on here because I think it's pretty cool. Now, I'll get to that in just a minute. The seasoning tastes good too. Alright, looks like everything's getting done. About the biggest piece of chicken. It looks like it's getting good and done. What we're going to add in next, you don't want to put this stuff in too soon because you just kind of washes off, so to speak. But last thing I like to add is my regular seasoning. It's called chicken shit. And this is chicken seasoning, and it is good. Too much, but it'll be alright. Ooh, that smells good. Just kind of fold everything in. Get it mixed in nice and good. All that steam, you can't see what's going on. It's about time to kill the heat. Bring you back in a minute. Now I check chicken. Take a little knife. I don't know if you can see that with all the steam. But I take it. The chicken just about falls apart. Oh, yeah. See? Yep. The chicken nice and done. So at this point, I kill the heat. I did a little coast down. I did a little bit of a taste test and it needs a little bit more chicken shit. Now if you don't have chicken shit, Regular old nature seasoning works just fine. Mix that in nice and good. Now, this is good, and it is healthy. I don't have a cameraman with me this afternoon, so I'm gonna, get to see my smiling face. I know. That's bad. Alright, coasting on down. Alright. Go get a plate. Well, there it is, guys. That's my chicken and broccoli and vegetable, whatever you want to call it. So we'll just call it whatever you want to call it. It's very good, and remember, this time, it is good and it is healthy. Take care, guys.